Yo, shout out to you guys for waiting for me to uh, get my shit together. Just waiting for some people to come in, just waiting for me to get my things together, and then, we can get started for sure. How you guys been doing? All right, I hope. Bro, I just missed it. I just missed the raid, bro. Ah. Well, you know what, dude? Your stream was dope. You pushed through it. I actually jumped to a couple of streams beforehand, before I hopped on, because I just want to see who was on, if I knew anybody else that was on. But dope as usual. C Night killed it, bro. How you doing, man? You went in heavy today. It's funny. I gotta hop over to my channel on my stream right now. Check this out. Wow. It's interesting. In one ear, had no energy. When I kept redrawing the keyboard, I was like, yeah, it's time to end this. I feel you, man. Sometimes you push yourself to the limit. I think the other night, I went on randomly, like on a Saturday, and I was fucking exhausted, but I was like, oh, let me just draw. And I just sat there. I was like, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna fucking draw. It was kind of a sad stream, but I did some stuff, got some stuff done. Kind of just wanted to get some shit out there. Bro, your raid energy is off the hook, man. This shit is off the hook. I was like, yo, I'm about to just walk into somebody's room, nigga, and just kick them in the chest, just 300 style. It's like, this is Cameron's raid, and just kick something. Just. All right. You let me know if my audio's straight. Yo. Let me find this. Hold on for a second. Yo, what did he say? Not the King Leonidas. Yes, the King Leonidas kick. That's what I was about to do. Nah, man, I want to do mic streams, like interesting balance when I entertain, but I also have a ton of work to do. No, I kicked him, bro, right in the chest, nigga, into a wall on some mix between King Leonidas and Rick James. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I was gonna start doing, Cam? And I said this before on a different stream. Is I want to do half and half. So not half and half, but I want to do like a 10-minute timer. Oh, no mic streams. I want to do 10-minute timer. So I do like a timer where I'm just talking and chilling, and a timer where I'm just drawing. Like I saw that and I was like, thought that was really dope, because I think, all right, so secretly I also get a lot of value from like rewatching these videos when I'm drawing, because I see where I'm like fucking up on a lot of shit. And you know, the drawing, I tend to jump back and forth so often between the drawings that I'm like, I really want to, you know, establish something like that where I'm doing a little bit of both in between. Let me find this song real quick. No, niggas can get it popping. I actually want to just play the song on repeat because it's fire, but I really should just probably do the playlist. But I don't care. I don't care, bro. Yeah, you know, I can't take credit for it. I saw somebody else's stream, and this shit was fire. Like the dude was like, "All right, 10 minutes is up," and then he kept going, and I was like, "That's kind of a perfect way to do it," because when we hop on here, we also still want to draw. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I feel like I be talking too much, bro. Like, I know, you know, some niggas just want to be here and see me draw, man. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I think I'm also gonna go live on IG too. And say fuck it. I'm talking to you guys. I'm watching another stream, and I'm listening to Clubhouse. Like, I'm trying to maximize as much fucking content as I could possibly get into my head, as much learning as I can get. But if you guys are interested, you should check out the Animation Clubhouse. It's actually really dope, but on Wednesday they're gonna have a person on talking about pitching, and I'm gonna be there because I have a pitch Thursday, and you know, I wanna prepare for any questions that might come up. You know, to be honest, I'm feeling really fucking good about this pitch. So if this shit really goes through, like, bro, you let me tell you, man, it's gonna be a game changer. I have like two other things, like two other pitch decks I have, you know, together, or they're like close to being together, that I would pull the trigger on any three of those. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thank you, bro. I gotta hop out of my boy's room, but I love being in the Animation Clubhouse. It's fire. Yo, you know what's crazy, right? Recently, I've been going into these wild ass rooms though, on Misu. How you doing, Misu? Misu, I'm gonna tell Bree you over here, man. Yo. Oh, Devin, you got an interview about a trainee thing this Friday. Yo, I'm sending my energy there, bro. Straight spirit bomb. For real. I'm gonna keep it in mind and shoot my energy over there. Yo, I'm such an asshole. I really should get a tripod for my phone, and I'm an asshole, so I don't have one. and I've been building everything else but a tripod. Yo, Misu, you actually did some really dope work recently, man. I think I liked it. I think I might have liked it, shared it, but you're killing it. It's with an animation studio. You deserve it, man. You got the skills for it. It's so hard to break in when we don't go through the certain avenues, you know. I'm also so like paranoid is not the right word. I'm also so damn fearful's not it either. Yo, for us, when we try to get animation jobs, man, I get anxious because, you know, I turn around and I look at all these studios and there's not like that many of us in there, and I'm like, I really want this person to get this shit so bad, you know, because it would be a game changer. I was on a different stream the other day, and the streamer was talking about how like they how they like, or you know, they play video games and they're pissed about like all the options for black hair and shit. And I'm like, you know, and they're talking about a couple things, and I said, yo, one of the main issues that, you know, happens is that I said one of the main issues that happens is you know, because there's nobody hiring us, like we can't like suggest certain things. It's like the sensor thing, right? Where like, you know, a lot of sensors weren't working back in the day, like weren't working, right? And it's because like a lot of people who were testing those sensors, you know, they weren't black, so they weren't testing them on black people, so they didn't even know like what they should or could be making. You know what I mean? So I get so anxious because I'm like, yo, this is so necessary for us to be in these positions where we can start pitching ideas and stuff like that and getting things across, you know? Let's see if I can paste this shit on here. Let's see what I'm cooking up here, bro. I have such a hood setup for my IG live right now. Hey, yo, if you're coming in on IG live, I basically put this live up so you guys can pop over and watch me draw on Twitch. I'm gonna be drawing, I'm gonna be talking, I'm gonna be giving myself, let's say, 5 minutes on and off. And I think we're gonna be working on some client work today. You know, like that's gonna be the real goal. Get this client work a poppin'. You know what I mean? Long time no see. Eddie from the East, what's up? Eminent, what's up? If you guys want to see what I'm drawing, pop over to Twitch. I'm gonna be working on some other client work right now. It is called Opal Island. And it's cool because it's a Caribbean concept, and you know, I don't think I've seen that many Caribbean concepts out there. And if you're on chat and you're like, you know, I have a Caribbean concept, maybe I haven't seen it, bro. You know, or maybe it hasn't been openly put in front of me for me to have seen it. I was crashing my pitch deck in the Opal Island shit. How about we exit those pages and then we get Opal Island working. Oh, I need a haircut. I need a haircut before all this shit happens. I need a haircut tomorrow. That way by the day, it looks good. I'm here, but unfortunately I got to lurk working on lesson plans. All right, go ahead. Do your thing, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for adding to the viewer count, the viewership. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate IG can't really hear the music that's playing. You guys are just going to hear my fan going and me talking my bullshit. Oh, thank God. She's a godsend for this. She went in and actually told me which images need to be vertical or horizontal, how she's going to be laying them throughout the page. Great. Okay. Oh shit, Rez Coast Tony, thanks for the follow. I missed that. Appreciate you coming through. Hope you enjoy. Can't be looking rough on the call. No, you're absolutely not. Also too, like, you know, it's us, so nigga, we gotta look pristine. I gotta put a backdrop up. I gotta do all types of shit. So I've been practicing the pitch too, you know, to myself, but I actually have some, you know, important people who I can pitch it to already, who've already seen it. And I pitched it to 2 people already, who work in the industry. And one of them already has projects on. One of them has worked on really dope projects and is connected to another project. They both agreed that it's pretty solid. And the third person is actually a producer who produced Star Wars Visions and, you know, one of my favorite Star Wars properties. Clone Wars, Jesus Christ. And pulled Dave Filoni on there too, so. Also not sure what's going on, but never got a notification for you or Cam today at all. From Twitch, I mean. Yo, me and my boy, we have this joke. Because something says black on the application, companies just be like trying to dick us over. So that's probably what it was, you know, black on the application. So you didn't get that notification. Hate raids have been crazy too, at least for me. So, yeah. This is something I'm doing for the homie Unyi and his comic in his studio. This is like a warm-up sketch, but I want to do one that's a little bit more dynamic, a lot more going on, you know, something that has a lot of depth to it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna stay working in this file because something about this file feels inspired, but we're just gonna change the canvas size. There we go. All right, so, you know, how you guys doing tonight? What is going on? Oh, don't want to see that. Making some headway on the Stone Prison stuff. It's looking good, man. It's looking real good. Yeah, everybody on IG, hop over to Twitch if you can. Doing great, working on my comic while watching a show about Stan Lee. Hey, let me tell you, probably a really good show to be watching while you're working on your comic for sure. Oh, what's your comic about? If you hear me bobbing my head, I'm vibing to some music that you guys can't see. Oh, this is so much better now. It's horizontal. Most of these are gonna be horizontal, so I need to do one cover, 1, 3. 3 is vertical. That sucks. That sucks. God damn it. Table World outfits. Yeah, that's fine. That was gonna be so much better vertically. God damn it. Alright, let's paste these in here. Oh, my brother Todd is on. Toddy's World. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Awake Sad. It's like take fight choreography of Onbok series and mix in with an indigenous main character. Not sure if you're familiar with Tony Jaa, only Bach. Yeah, I am familiar with Ong Bak. Me and my brother used to watch that shit all the time. The Protector. Well, you know, we had the bootlegs early when it came out, so it was like The Protector. But like, what's your story about though? Because a lot of stories have, you know, martial arts and fight choreography in them. Like, what's the vibe? What's the purpose of your character? Devon, getting close to finishing these boards and thumbnails. Then I'm probably gonna work on some art. I'm just been sitting in the queue for sure. Yo, is anybody gonna be doing Blacktober this year? I'm gonna try to do Blacktober like crazy. Nostalgia. Vin Smoke, what is up? What is up? John Fire. Yo, thank you for hopping over in the stream. Kicking it. We're gonna be off and on, drawn and talking, because I need to make some client headway. So that's gonna be the vibe for tonight. But I still want to, I still want you guys to keep asking questions. Still want you guys to kind of, check, to tap in if you want to tap in. I'm starting to realize like this is a moment for my audience to really ask me certain questions and shit. I'm gonna change this whole vibe because now that it's horizontal, I want a different look for this. Doing something for October. Okay. Are you gonna do Inktober then? Okay, so this is the concept. I'm gonna flip this. If you're on IG, I am drawing on Twitch right now. If you want to see what I'm drawing, you want it though. Below low angle. Watch a nigga draw the line 50 times. A line that doesn't matter, by the way. Not that much, because I'm probably gonna go straight lined anyway. Like use a ruler afterwards. I just like getting it just nice enough. My vertice is probably gonna be out here. I think this is one of my favorite things. I think this is why I've starting to fall in love with. Yo, Johnny Battle, what's crack-a-lacking? Thanks for showing up to the stream. I think this is one of my favorite things about storyboarding is like I love getting into this perspective view because I had such a hard time with perspective before that like playing around with it in this capacity, it feels more fun than arduous, you know what I mean? True. So the main character is a village outcast. Simple, because they're not genetically affiliated with the main tribe, and they still fight to protect them from threats. In the story, I have to stand to being the chief's son, and that's what I got so far. Okay. As of right now, it sounds like the person has a hill to fight up, and that's where you get a lot of interest from. Looking forward to see how it goes. Not Inktober. That doesn't really get me motivated at all. Okay. I really should do a top vertice, but I'm not gonna do it. These fucking super long legs. No, it does not look good. All right, where am I gonna hang stuff? Feet gonna be here. going too big. It's because I feel like I'm not going to be able to show enough. That's horrible. I need a smaller brush. Have you picked up a new Static Shock comics yet? Yeah, I have. I actually bought Hardware 2 the other day, so I read number 1 of Hardware. It was cool. I think I want to read Icon. I heard Icon's pretty good, you know. But like when I went to the comic book store, they only had issue 2. So I like to get like maybe the first 3 issues sometimes, depending on the comic book. The actual like paper issues, and then I'll wait and I'll get like I'll look for a trade paperback if it drops. Yeah, Icon was cool. I think this is like if you're someone who grew up either like, I mean, most of us watch Static, so they might not have like actually read Static, but if you like read Static and you read like Blood Syndicate and stuff like that, like if you didn't, you might be a little bit confused. Also, if you didn't get the 0 issue, you might be a little bit confused like reading it. Yeah, I mean, it's Static I actually liked because they made it personal, and it has Isola. I think I've heard of Isola. It sounds familiar. It's funny, I have is it up there? Yeah, Kariba. I have Kariba, and Kariba is kind of like that. I got that off of Kickstarter. So I do a lot of Kickstarting. And I love it. The art style was great. The story that they're telling is great. It was probably, I mean, they did the comic book, but I think they did the book to really get picked up as a series, because I think it will slap as a series, to be honest. Maybe I'll grab the Kariba book. Yeah, storyboarding definitely helps you think about perspective in a more practical way. Yeah, it really does. Less academic and more enjoyable. I think for me too, like I always had a really hard time with perspective and storytelling. And the one thing being able to do perspective has really changed for me is like the fact that, I don't know, depending on where you like set your horizon line, it can really help you tell your story, and I think it's half the battle. You can get something very cinematic just by dropping your horizontal line really low. A lot of people don't feel that. Yo, JTT Arts, what is cracking? Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream, man. Hope you get something out of it for sure. Unfortunately, for some fucking reason, when people follow me, my alerts don't work, but my chat works, my follow thing on the count at the top works, everything else works except for my notifications. So thank you again, though. It'll be some time, and I'll definitely get it working and rocking right. I'm actually going live on Twitch and on IG right now, so excuse me while I pop over to IG and answer some questions over here. Yeah, I never thought of it. Horizon line is in a way. Yeah. Yo, your horizon. Oh shit. PJ's on. PJ John. What's up, man? Very motivational dude. Yeah, your horizon line is your camera. So think about it that way. And your camera should be helping facilitate the story you're trying to tell. Most people, if will always put their horizon line really high, and I've made it a rule to almost keep it low to a certain degree, just because I know it helps improve my cinematic approach, and I only put it high unless there's a purpose. Now, granted, do not take that shit is law, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what I do. Ain't for everybody. Damn, I really like how this came out more, because I could blow this up more. I just let me see this mix of electronic music, because I need some shit that keeps me motivated, gets my energy up, but that's just not OD, not too OD. I also wanted this foot to be up back here. IG people, if you want to see what I'm drawing, head over to Twitch and check it out there. I'm actually going to turn his face toward us. Because his face is supposed to be bashed in. I don't know how violent she wants to go with it. I guess I'll crater it and I'll build it back out. If she wants to build it back out. And I'm actually almost like he was kicking as he was getting his shit bashed in. So his legs are more open to the side. What am I working on? I'm doing some client work for a story called Opal Island. It is a story that has to do with it basically takes place on like a fictional Caribbean island, which is dope because like there's not a lot of Caribbean island stories that are being told, so that's really fun. Very, very fun. Val Arts, you might get more out of hopping over to Twitch, seeing me draw over there. I actually like how this dude's sprawled out. We're just gonna take this whole thing, lift it up, blow it up, lift it up. He might even be a little too big. That's fine. I'm gonna shrink this nigga down a bit. Yo, Theoro, what is crack-a-lackin'? Thanks for hopping over to the stream. To all the people who, to all my followers already, my bad for missing yesterday's stream. I was fucking exhausted. I was legitimately just like anywhere I sat down, I was practically closing my eyes. So I was like, I probably should get some type of sleep this evening. Gilded Eyes, I'm drawing on Twitch if you want to see what I'm doing. Also, for those people who are on IG, you don't have to have a Twitch account to watch me on Twitch. You might get more out of seeing me draw, and you could also hear the music in the background, which is more just chill, electronic, keep your body moving, keep you vibing. You dig? If you go on the way you started. Oh, some pogo comes on. I like pogo. Now he looks too small. Is this the Goldilocks? Is he just right? And he needs to be further up. If that's the case, I'll push this perspective a little more. I need more overlap. Yeah. Because then it would be more like this. and it would actually cover her feet a little bit. One of the frustrating things sometimes when I do these drawings or for these clients, they don't have character designs for their characters. So I'm like stuck having to do the designs and the pinup stuff at the same time. What's the description you gave Shorty? Oh, she's just kind of a... Alright. Standing over Thomas in a white deep V-neck blouse. Dark purple pants with gold trim on the waist. I can do that. She's an evil grin on her face, splattered in blood. The glass diamond shaped award in both her hands. So is she holding the award with two hands? Diamond shaped award in both hands. I'm assuming she's holding one award. Covered in blood, indicating stabbing him over and over again with dead Thomas is underneath her. Nondescript old black man with the head full of red hair. Tweed suit. Okay, maybe he's a professor, maybe he's a smart guy. We don't see his face in the shot. Only the top of his head. His face is leaned, looking away from the camera. Okay. I could always flip that. It's pure evil on her face. Background is a bookshelf behind her. Hardwood underneath them. A typical den atmosphere of a nice house. She's a good descriptor. For real. Like, I mean, in terms of like when I have to draw things, she definitely, besides the clothing, because like deep purple pants could be anything. Like, are they slacks? Are they fitted? Are they baggy? You know, are they purple jeans, if you will? I'm assuming they're going to be more fitted than a looser blouse. And then I also don't know, you know, what Renee looks like. I think I might have did some old drawings of Renee, so I'm gonna have to figure that shit out. So. Yo, any Sonic fans in here? I think this was the casino level. All right, let me get to my old work and let me see if missions. I don't even know if I still have her stuff on here. I had to delete a bunch of commission stuff off of here. Damn. Oh, that's irritating. Alright. Let's see what we got. We're gonna pop over to my Google Drive. Oh, writing, what is up? Thanks for hopping in, joining the chat. I am having a good evening. Yes, big Sonic fan. Yeah, I like Sonic, man. I like Sonic Adventures. I think that was the show. Sonic 1, 2, and 3 was obviously fire. I've never really played too many of the 3D comics. I mean, excuse me, too many of the 3D Sonics. You know, but the OG ones, the OG original ones, are some of my favorites. And I think Michael Jackson did the music for Sonic 3. Alright, my drive. Alright, give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can find this. Yo, one of my other favorite old school soundtracks is Donkey Kong. The original Donkey Kong Country has some of the had some of the dopest fucking music. Till this day, it's a fucking vibe. Alright, so I have no more of that stuff there. Let's see what we got. This is a cool rendition. Alright, everybody here on IG, if you want to see what I'm drawing, hop over to Twitch. Okay, well, how do we... Okay, this is it. Yeah, I like the characters I did for Magic is Subliminal. Oh, I also designed this deck. Main characters kill them before they grow. Headman, Herald. This is this man's universe. By ancestors. Man is a universe within himself. Deep. Yeah, some of these characters I did. Oh man, I did a cat walking on its hind legs, and I don't draw animals a lot, man. That shit looks good. Ration on my team, carrying and taking L somehow, bro. You need to just I am Sir Knows. What is up, bro? If you want to see what I'm drawing, hop over to Twitch. Yo, man, you just gotta go to that meetup group, dog, and get some real squatted up cats, for real. That's what you need, like a real squatted up crew. Name. Damn, this walking cat looks really good. I don't draw animals, but this shit like makes me wanna draw more animals. It looks fun. Hander. Last member of a divine lineage. It all comes to that. Yeah, this is not a bad document. She wrote a lot, so it was a lot of like, you know, pulling it back. But like that's what writers do, you know, they're descriptors. The magic is subliminal. Alright. Gotta check all my deliveries though. So what's up? A bunch of new people hopped in. What are you guys up to? What's going on? NTH4, you said you like my drawing style. Thank you. Thanks for being a fan of my work, man. You never really know if when you draw your stuff and you put it out there, if people are really gonna fuck with it. So thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, writing. I'm good. Finalizing proposal for a research paper. Okay. Oh, and the prevailing theory about Sonic 2 that MJ did some of the soundtrack. Yeah, Sonic 2. I thought it was Sonic 3, but okay. Yeah, for sure. What type of research paper? What type of research do you do? Dr. Montague. Yeah. Oh no, this is for this other dude's project. Damn, this is for Tim's project. Yo, let me tell you guys something, right? And this is for you guys, like money wise. Still doing your thing. What's up with you? Still doing the thing. What's up with you? Hustling, man. Working on some client work. But I wanted to say this to like all the artists who are following me right now. I remember when I first waited to do commission work for people, and I remember cats being like, bro, if people are gonna pay you, why not do it? And I was just kind of like, yeah, nah, I'd rather wait because I don't really want to look back at my work and then realize like, I feel like I didn't do a good enough job, or roughly just scammed somebody, right? And I'm going back now and I'm looking at some artwork that was sent to me. Most clients that I get come to me as like their second or third artist. And there's two things I keep in mind when I do that. One is that like this person needs customer service. They need like a way to, get back from their trauma that they got from working with this other person. And then two is to like, I look at the previous work that they had done and I'm like, all right, well, how can I make this a little bit better or whatever? What is the quality that they're looking for? And when I go back and even to some of my early stuff that I do commissions for, and I look at, even though I've grown, I'm like, okay, this passes, like this is okay. And I feel great about that. I just look back at something that she sent me from the previous person who did the work for her, and it was pretty bad, and that person sold that to her, and that's what they're living with now. And I'm looking at the stuff I sent her, and I generally never really like my work, and I'm like, oh, this is a cool stance, and this was cool, a lot of attitude in it, a lot of whatever, came out all right. But it's just to say, like, yo, you do client work, put your foot in it. You know what I'm saying? I know that sometimes like people don't want to do it, or they have other shit they feel like they should do, but it also depends on the certain client, but it's something to consider. Because you can lose a lot of business, and a lot of my business is reoccurring business. People will come back to me for shit. I'm an international relations major. Okay, so a particular paper is focused on the major of historical events to the prevailing IR theories, realism, and constructivism. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to fully understand that, or fully understand that the implications of these historical events through these different like eras, if you will, realism and constructivism. And I'm assuming it's like, using art as part of it, because like that's, those are artist terms, or can be applied to art, I should say. The base. This is the Star Award. Let's flip it around. Like a little Emmy or something. Now I don't know what this girl's features looks like. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna rough the hell out of this, make sure I got the right cinematography for it. So we're gonna do everything that we can do, and leave everything else to afterwards. The commission game is full of used car salesmen. Yeah, it really is sometimes, bro. Especially the cartoon dudes, yeah. I mean, yo, like the Sony gig that I got, that I took that from, apparently a pretty big IG artist. And it's very interesting because I never want to take business from another black artist. I really don't want to do that. If they fumble the bag, then what I do want to do is I want to make sure that I don't leave a bad taste in someone's mouth. You know what I'm saying? From using a black artist and might not have gotten everything that they wanted from it. but I don't really want to take, jobs from black artists. But this particular artist, the type of shit that they make is kind of meh. And they have a really big following. And when I was talking to the dudes, they were like, yeah, like we got this guy or whatever, right? And got him under contract, and he just couldn't do it. Like, he couldn't listen to us, and he couldn't really design the characters. And then, that's when you start to see there's a difference between being able to like draw like on your own or doing pinups and shit, than being able to like follow prompts and work in an industry. Because it's more than just drawing the shit you want, you got to be able to match a style and do a bunch of different shit. So it's interesting because a lot of people get stuck in their comfort zones and they just do one thing, and it's damning, man. And people in the industry, you might get your shot, and they keep up with you. If you get your shot, you fuck up. If you grow, you can come back. But when you get that shot, like, you gotta be prepared, bro. Devin says, IG artists think the IG artist thing confuses me. I've seen people with 10 times the amount of followers putting out mad work. A lot of it is like what people are interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think soccer is interesting, in my opinion. Like, watching people play to almost score goals, it's like, it's not interesting to me. And I get the physical prowess of it. Like, I've basketball, football, track every season, was a martial artist, run, workout, or a lot more when I was before the pandemic. But it's like, I don't get soccer, man. So it's kind of like, but it's one of the biggest sports in the fucking world. It's like one of those things. Like, I'll see a dude, his work's alright, but like, he draws Pokemon characters and he does a lot of Pokemon. And people just like seeing Pokemon, so they like it and they follow him for him doing Pokemon. But here's how those people get caught up, though. And I mean, it also depends on the type of person. It also depends on the type of thing you want to make money from, right? So, like, or what you want to be known for. So, like, if you're doing a bunch of fan art and shit, right? And you're doing a bunch of Pokemon, and then you want to drop your own story or do your own shit, and then you wonder why your project goes triple wood, and it's because that's the audience you garnered. That audience don't want shit but Pokemon shit from you. That audience doesn't want shit but like Goku sipping lean from you. So, or whatever fan art shit you're doing, turning characters black or turning them from women to men and men to women, like, it's fine if that's what you like and you want to do that and you're like, it brings you a lot of joy, do it, brings you joy. But then if you feel like you want to pivot, you should be doing the thing you originally want to do. That way, when you present it to your audience, they get it. And a lot of these artists, they'll just make shit so that way they can, not a lot of those artists, but you'll get some artists that will make shit just because they know it'll give them a following or whatever. And then they'll be wondering why their audience didn't support their book or their clothing thing. And it's because, like, what you produce is, is not what you gain them for. And I also think that, like, simultaneously, that's why you have these artists who are just like, they're not technically savvy. Right, and I'm the same way. Like, dog, I'm not technically proficient entirely. So don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a nigga that's just being like, everybody's whack and I'm ill. Like, I got my own shit I have to deal with, my own technical proficiencies I have to, deal with and shit. But I know in some cases that I'm definitely going harder than them in some of those cases, and they got 200,000 followers, and their anatomy is broken and not by style. The shit just cracked, All right, let me get this straight real quick. The top line's alright. I moved it further back. This works. Okay, I'm mad at that. A lot further than I expected. This is where I bring in the guides. And that just makes all the difference in terms of going back into space. Study. Maybe it goes up this way. Devon saying, I don't mind that. I saw one of IG's bigger artists getting the chance to work on a major IP, and the man really dropped the bag artistically. Then again, I saw another big dude who got a chance and ran with it wholesale. Look, I don't care if niggas get big and they win. Like, for me, that's fantastic. I mean, the whole point of me doing, like, you know, when I decided to start really like focusing on like building an audience for my projects, it's because I wanted to weaponize that audience. Hey, what's going on? My brother Kevin's on IG. I'm just drawing on Twitch, bro, and just talking that bullshit. When I wanted to really grow my audience, it was to weaponize it against studios, right? So cats can come and be like, yo, this dude's work is dope, check it out. And I've seen it in action. Like I've seen when I tell people like, yo, I draw, they go, oh, cool, let me see your IG. And even if my work is good, the thing that fucking catches them is they go, whoa, you got like 70,000 followers. I'm like, oh yeah, like I do this shit a lot. And they're like, oh, it's one of those things where it just captures people in a different way. They get caught up in the shit. And then they start taking your work a little bit more seriously, where they look at it and they're like, oh shit, this person's really fucking drawing. You know, because you can be a really dope artist and your numbers be low and people still be like, yo, your art's really dope. But when they see that your art has impacted a large amount of people, you can weaponize it and use it in a very specific way. So these big IG people, if they get their shit and they run with it, dope. Like, you know, that's basically happened with me, bro. Like real talk. Like, you know, this pitch that I have Thursday, it's through IG, right? It's not like through some connection that I made in the industry and I was cruising and all this other shit. It was like someone was on my IG and was like, yo, bought the book, fuck with what I was doing, and was like, yo, let's have these conversations. Let's get something started. What are you trying to do? What do you want to do? What can you do? And so a big part of me pitching this thing is, you know, me, creators economy. Thank you, Anya. Hey, I was on the Clubhouse. I had to hop off because this is one of my live nights with my audiences, and I cheated them last night. I didn't go live. So Clubhouse was dope as usual. I actually messaged Rebecca and told her, you know, I'm excited for the Clubhouse room on Wednesday because my pitch is Thursday. So, you know, I'm going to ask certain questions, or I'm just going to be there to listen, get new questions and stuff like that, and then, you know, see where we go from there. But I'm excited about it. Devon says it's interesting watching / I guess a big part of the black art community and seeing people get their chance that I look forward to. Yeah, for sure. When I see us grow, dude, and start doing shit, I'm just like, do it. You know, some of my favorite artists are starting to get their shots, like Mikhail. I love the fact that Sorority might get an adaptation for film or TV. Nicholas Draper Ivy is doing his shit with Milestone, but, you know, his project Dream Vesper, quite possibly one of my favorite fucking IPs. He put out like a one-shotty thing of it, and it has such fucking potential. It's incredible. And like, you know, if he, you know, with the right people in his corner to allow him to express his vision, I think it would be fucking cold. So yeah, you know, like I really want us to win, man. That's just my vibe all the fucking time. If you know me personally, you know it's the vibe. Kevin, oh, you just went to Raw. How was that, KRM? Yeah, like, you know, so I try to give out resources. I try to be a like a base for knowledge for people and shit if they need it. But the thing is, like, as I was saying before, as I was looking at those old commissions and seeing certain ones that flopped, and it's fucked to say it that way, but to be honest, like, that's what happened. That it's okay, in my opinion. I think it's perfectly okay to back away from work. Now, that's not everybody's like philosophy, but for me personally, like, you could end up doing more damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't walk away from the work and shit like that, if it doesn't really fit you, or, you know, for whatever it is. I do it all the time. And I even did it, you know, me not taking commissions until I got to a certain point and doing whatever. I wanted to put my money where my mouth was and say, you know, like, legitimately, you know, you have to, I don't know, you have to think more future forward. So, you know, I don't take work, not that it's stuff I can't do it, but I don't take work if I can't get close to the challenge and be able to like complete it for my client, right? Because I'm used to doing a lot of client facing. I'm very customer service driven. So, because I know that that's a way to get, you know, return customers, and it's way easy to maintain a customer than it is to gain a new one. So, home study. I agree. I've backed away from a few projects that people are approaching me with. Yeah, dude, I do that shit all the time. I got approached with like certain, you know, I think before I took Rad's class, I got approached with a bunch of storyboarding projects, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And, you know, I got approached for a book project. It was like 10K. And I was like, I'm like, this would be really cool, but I don't want to do this and not be able to really knock it out of the park. You know, even if this shit flopped, but as long as I did a good job, that's all I give a fuck about, really. You know, and it also depends. Like, certain clients, if they're on watching me right now, they know that I will give free advice or I will do some shit for free, just because I'm like, yo, this is great writing. You also like to pay your artists. I want you to stay in this industry. I'll do something free for you. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I'll add a service that is, you know, that I just put in there because I'm like, I want to maintain this person a part of it. And that's why, like, anybody that works with me, you can go and ask any of the people that I've posted their work, my clientele. I generally post, you know, a lot of my commission work, and they'll tell you like, dog, I'm coming back. And I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, thanks. 3 months later, hey, I got a bigger project for you now, because, you know, my trust levels are higher. So, you know, it'll come back to you if you're just like, hey, you know what, not right now, you know, but give me 3 months, give me, you know, 6 months, and you'll see, like, cats will come back if they really like your shit 3 months, 6 months later, and be like, yo, you ready? And if you are ready, then you can really put your foot in it and knock it out the box. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. You know, hope you guys are enjoying my little 2 cents. All right, so I got some new viewers in the chat. If you're new to the stream and you're not used to it, or you like what you're seeing, please consider giving me a follow, man. You know, I try to stream on Sundays and Mondays, and I just try to be here as a resource for people who want to know what I may potentially know. I do art critiques on here too, if people have enough channel points. If you watch the stream enough, you can dump some channel points in, and I will critique your art. Right now, while there's not a lot of people using it, I've been doing draw-overs and drawing over people's art, and I feel like, you know, people in the chat have been getting stuff from it, on top of being able to, you know, get value themselves. Yo, Victorious, what's up? Thank you. If you want to see what I'm drawing, hop over to Twitch. Check me out over there. But right now, I'm working on some client work. I'm working on a story called, some images for a story called Opal Island, and it is a Caribbean-based fantasy story. Followed such great talent. Thank you, Victorious. Appreciate you. So for some reason my alerts aren't working, but when that follow comes up, I'm victorious, I will make sure to give you a shout out. Okay, so we got a baseboard. I gotta get used to this, like, I gotta become more detailed and precision oriented, right? Because that's not generally my vibe. What someone who's more precision oriented would do if they're doing this bookcase is they would do the bookcase flat and then they would reorient it, right, to fit this perspective. And I do not do that. I don't do that, and I really don't have the desire sometimes to go and do that. And what that would do is I would basically roughly make these pretty even. And I don't want to do that. But I could do drop another thing in here, just so I can get these at least on the straight line. There's some things I'll do precision, other things I'm like, yo, I gotta keep it moving. Keep up the good work. Thank you, I'm victorious. Oh, Spring Grove. Spring, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yo, I met Spring Grove at my first Anime NYC. And her and I don't know if it was her cousin or her friend, but they were super nice. They'd been to other cons and they just kind of welcomed me and they were just super cool. Little Sim, what is up? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for showing some love. Appreciate you coming in the chat. Kat, what's going on? How you doing? How's Clip Studio treating you? I'm glad you were able to get that upgrade. And I hope the comic book stuff is working well. Yeah, Spring is an awesome artist too. I was so surprised just how versatile her artwork was too. You know, you end up switching up too and doing like a lot of the kind of K-pop artwork too. Just so versatile. So, you know, not only like a cool, nice person, but just great artwork as well. You know, thanks for hopping on and coming over and seeing what I'm doing. I'm just doing some, I'm going to be like storyboarding out a bunch of shots for this book I'm working on for a client called Opal Island. And the client's really awesome. So I really like doing a good job on her stuff. And, you know, she ended up going to California and basically just kind of like really trying to fight for her dream. And she's also Caribbean. So her family's on her ass about like, yo, like, why are you not a doctor? So I want to make sure that I do this shit some justice and put my foot in it. And she's a client that likes, you know, that actually pays the people, you know, pays her artists. So I remember her saying like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna have it. And then I was like, all right, well, when you do, just let me know, and I'll make sure I find a way to help you out. And she did. She ended up coming back. So, you know, gotta love it. And we're gonna make this poppin'. Oh, thank you, String Grove. We love clients who appreciate their artist's true worth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Little Sim, thank you for the follow. Oh, you follow the same time as Spring. Let's see what's up. Oh, you're doing good. Oh man, I'm working on one project and another painting slash sculpture, watching tutorials on Clip Studio. Yeah, yo, the great thing about Clip 2, and I didn't learn this until after having it for like 3 or 4 years, is that there's actually a community button on your on the Clip app, and if you click that, it'll open up, it'll go to like the little, you know, a Clip community, and you can find a bunch of like open source brushes and materials that are there. So and then you can make your own brushes and just put them up there, which is like really cool. But it's such a versatile product, like such a game changer, you know. Spring, what have you been working on recently? Oh, Mari Cinematic, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the vibe. Just doing some kind of, you know, boarding here for this book project. And we're doing a murder scene, so that's why I wanted to drop my I kind of wanted to drop it at a low angle and give the murderer a little bit of power. You know, in this she did it in the study with a like a gold award or whatever it is. Oh, I really like this example that I have of this study. I think what I have to do is cut this though. All right. Because this room looks huge. I guess the person has a lot of money. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. Yeah, it feels like we bring that space in a little bit more. I like that. A little bit of molding, a little bit of crown molding.
If you go on the way you started.
Maybe a window. I'm seeing windows in other people's studies, but you know, does that work here? I think so. How much depth are we gonna give this window? That works. I feel like when I study, it feels more traditional. So you do a 4-pane window. I mean, I don't want to overthink shit, but you know, I think I am going to overthink it. I think I'm going to do a 4-pane window. It feels more traditional to have a 4-pane window. And I think of, I think traditional when I think of a study. She will correct me if she wants it to feel a little bit more modern. Recently, I've just been working on my webtoon. It's called It Strikes a Chord. Keeping me very busy making more original content lately. That's what I love to hear. I love original content creation. That is the vibe, you know. Picking faux fur over here. Oh, nice. Faux fur. What color is, like, faux fox? Is it faux polar bear? What color is it? Yeah, I love hearing people about making original content. It's like my favorite thing, man. You know, like, it's okay to repurpose stuff. It's okay to be inspired by things, but I just get so hyped when somebody's coming up with new stuff. Yo, creation is I don't want to get too deep. No, I'm gonna get really deep. So, yo, man, creation is fucking magical. Like, it is legitimately, I don't know. There's something that's just, you know, magical about artists, man, and us being able to create, you know, original content, right? It literally springs from nothing. Like, that is the most magical shit ever, right? You know, so cool. I love when people make new stuff. It inspires me, gets me super excited. get the chills. I gotta check it out. It strikes a chord. Can you give me a little bit of a synopsis on it? Do you feel comfortable doing that? Maybe the audience here can go and like check it out and shit. Do I have a Webtoons account? Maybe I check it out. Maybe I could check it out on stream if y'all are feeling it. You've seen my surreal work. I have, and it's definitely coming from a magical place, probably another dimension, for sure. But it's all, you know, it's great. I mean, some of it comes from experimentation, but some parts of it you're hit with inspiration, and you're doing something that is absolutely brand new. Spring Grove, how are you enjoying Webtoons? It's really fun, kind of hard getting an episode out each week, but like Mike said, creation is so magical. It is. Watching your stories come to life is so rewarding. I know. That's why I was so happy about taking the storyboarding class, because it was such a game changer for me. You know, I was able to actually tell these stories and I don't know, just like do it in such a way that I legitimately just couldn't do before. You know? Alright, and then this is going to be the shells thing. And I guess we're going to do a traditional lounge. Break these up. Oh, that's good to hear. I have a mini story on Webtoons, and I'm thinking about taking it down and redoing it. Some traditional format, in a more traditional format. Devon, drop a link to that. Drop a link to that Webtoon. Oh, the homie John Hype, bro. Thank you for the badge, man. Yo, so John Hype has been the homie from the time I was a young kid. We grew up in the same hood, and I think we were blessed, man, to kind of make it out and just do, you know, to be different people. I've watched John grind for a minute and do a bunch of different things. So, yo, John, thank you so much, man, for hopping on and copping a badge, 3-heart badge. Thank you. God, creation is so liberating. It is liberating. Yeah, especially after like having a crazy day at work, man. It's huge for me, for sure. Thanks for dropping the link, bro. All right, let's check this. Let's check this link out. Oh, new Snack City. Yo, Devon, I think we're gonna fight, man. Because I asked you about new Snack City, bro, before, and I don't remember you saying it was live, man. Yo, this shit looks so good. It looks so good. I might have to show it to the audience, bro. I know I said I wanted to draw real quick. You know, let me do this. This shit looks so good. I don't want to spoil it, actually, because I want you to get the impressions. I want people to go, all right, so yo, this shit looks ill. Hey, if you're on chat right now, right, go and click on Devon's link and check out New Snack City. Yo, I love this man's art style, dude. This shit is fun. It's exciting. You got some nice shots in here too, bro. I hope I make something this cool, you know what I mean? New Snack City, this shit looks fire. Oh, Spring, if you're interested, if you want, put your link in the chat. That'd be dope. I don't mind. It's set in the early 2000s. Okay, I'm already liking it. It's a queer romance about a rock star in a pop punk band who has to return home. His older sister's wedding, ends up confronting a lot of aspects of his past that he's trying to run from. The cat. There's cats, bookshop, pop punk music, just stuff I love. I was growing up, still love. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. So does he like go back to his hometown for the wedding and then either confronts an old flame, like another dude that he just that he liked for a long time, or like, you know, because you said it's a romance, so he's hunting for a particular partner, right? Is it like an old school bumpkin? Is it like one of those, like, you know, newer romance where the person like kind of goes back and sees like a person they liked in high school? You know, like how does that? Well, no, actually, don't go too deep into it. You can post the link and then I'll check it out the same way I checked out D's joint, and it'll give me some great stuff to read, you know, in between. John Fire just been lurking and doing work. Thank you, John. Appreciate you coming in though, making the chat live. Not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed with it. Go ahead and show it. I'm going to redo it. All right. Nah, it's locked in, man. That's it. It's on the internet. It's forever. I'm screenshotting everything, and I'm re-uploading it. If you take it down, it's gonna be the original New Snack City, man. It's on the internet forever. I love it, man. It's great. Look, Spring's liking it too. The art style looks really nice. Yeah, an old flame, their childhood friends. Nice. That sounds dope. It's interesting too. So like, you know, you got this person who's probably traveling. You said they got to go back for a wedding. Pop punk band, maybe successful band. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to go back to the old spot, and you're just kind of like looking around and seeing what's going on. Is it on Webtoons? Yes, Cat. It's on Webtoons. It's called New Snack City. And then the other one is called It Strikes a Chord. Dang, you've been doing a new episode every week, Spring. Beast. I like how cinematic it is. You know, like all of these close-up shots that start build so much tension. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Witch Hat Atelier, but that shit is man, that comic, I got the chills. That comic has captured me. The artwork is so phenomenal. The way that person handles panels and does their work is just like unfucking believable. But this vibe where you have the guy in the backwards cap and it like goes into the panel, it gives me very Witch Hat Atelier feeling of just such good you know, such good focus is not the good word, you know, like attention to detail, such good, you know, like, I don't know, care that's been added to it. And these, you know, these shots where you're like focusing on certain body parts or whatever, it gives a certain level of tension. Yeah, definitely some good emotional context here. I'm going through it pretty quickly, but I actually want to be able to read it. Oh, and you got a Patreon too. Everything's under Spring Groove. I think I was saying Spring Grove. I'm sorry, Spring Groove. Yeah, my reading comprehension is suspect, so excuse me if I just completely fucked that. Yep. I modeled them after Blink-182 in the comic. They're like the most famous band in the world. It really is good, yeah. It's my chat going wild and connecting with each other. Witch Hat Atelier just put me in my feelings looking at the art. Yeah, Witch Hat Atelier just kind of, it's so good. It's such a solid series. I mean, not only is the concept really dope, just like about, you know, magicians and the whole magic shit, but the art style itself, right, is it's very like old school gothic print, you know, like the type of detail that's used that the artist uses, and you can tell they're very much so inspired by that. For them, like this Western, you know, I would even say like I'm trying to think of the period. Maybe 17th, 18th century kind of stuff, like Gothic ink drawings. It's very great stuff. It's very cool stuff. And then just the flowiness of everything is just fantastic. Like I would love to watch this person draw this comic, because some of the stuff that she does is done in such a way where I'm like, you have to be, I don't know, like you have to be drawing these pages and then coming back to them like 2 or 3 weeks later. You know, like these can't be your first concepts. You have to be like whittling these things down, because her artwork also looks like it's chiseled from marble. It's really incredible. 80 Cent, they're killing me right now. Excuse me guys, I need to change this music real quick. But while I do that, let me go back to the chat. The art is next level, yeah, Witch Hat Atelier. If I could go back and redo the first eps, I would do it in a heartbeat. I've learned a lot. Just gotta keep moving forward. I get strong Alpha's Mutual vibes from Witch Hat. It's just so fluid. It's very fluid. So I had a comic that I did like ages and sages ago, right? And one of my favorite things about going back and rereading it is that every chapter gets better. Every chapter. Hey KB, what is up? Thanks for hopping over to Twitch. So now you can hear some of the music and be a part of the vibe just a little bit more. And not just kind of be sitting in silence, right? What was I saying? Yeah, so the thing about my old school comic, right, is that the first couple chapters, I really tried to make it into a manga. I was younger, and I'm like, I was really like trying to shift it more into a manga-esque vibe. I was using like, Japanese onomatopoeic like sounds and stuff like that. But every chapter, in my opinion, like got better and better. And I started to see that in the comments too, where people were just like, whoa, like, every month the artwork is changing drastically. Now this is when I was drawing like every day, posting multiple times a day. This is like one of these years I was posting like 600-700 times. I go back and I reread it and I'm like, holy shit, like the most recent chapter obviously is like not the best. But when I look at that and I look at the first one, I'm like, Jesus, the level of growth that you can have, within like a year or just a couple of months, when you're doing comics, is so profound. And I feel like it's just because like comic drawing takes a lot of work. I don't think people understand like how much drawing you do to do comic drawing, right? And you may spend like sometimes when I do these drawings out of like full bleed, like the ones for the Stone Prison and all that other shit, it's like 4 to 6 hours for that panel, and for some people it's even more. And what's the name of my old comic? The name of my old comic is called Duelist. I also like the philosophy too. I'm gonna redo Duelist at some point. I would pitch that shit too. I would pitch Duelist. I think it's a strong series. I think it would be a strong series, like shonen wise, but if like I don't know, if not DreamWorks, but like if HBO or some weird shit was like, yo, we want to do a cool series, or Cartoon Network was like, we want to do a cool series, then I think it will work, right? I don't know if you guys want to hear a synopsis about it, but I can do that too. I feel it's really amazing to see the progression when you work on a comic long enough. Absolutely. I even feel like you see the progression in just a few chapters, just because you're doing repetitively drawing your character. The mileage you get on your hands are crazy. Comic books are very labor intensive, and they're a different beast. Absolutely. You've got to draw and think of everything, and also you have to keep your mind on continuity. Continuity is fucking key. I'm art directing over a project right now, and this dude is like, I laid out the cinematography for it, and this dude's drawing over the lines, and he'll draw like an entire bed of plants like in a background of one shot, and then the next shot they'll be gone. you know, and it's hard to see if you don't have like an editor or an art director looking at it and being like, yo, you missed a whole section of the drawing. And so now you have to go back and update, you know, the continuity, which is like, you know, which is key. Sometimes drawing through is so annoying. What the fuck? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. This is how we're gonna do it. Bookshelf is not that deep. Yeah. 100% agree. Continuity is what killed New Snack City. I mean, look, man. You know, you can always go back to it. I look at Duelist and I'm like, I want to go back and revisit it. I would love to be able to have them almost side by side. Like, literally call the newest version Duelist Retcon. And I've retconned a couple things. That was also before I dropped into the vibe of like only drawing black people. So like my main character is actually a white dude. Like he's very shonen-esque, but he's cool. He has some cool shit that, you know, he goes through. I like the twist in my story. It's very twisty, but it all seems like it's on track. Continuity is what kills me. Yeah, continuity is ridiculously hard, and it gets harder the longer the story goes. Agreed. So I have like a I found this template for a pitch Bible, not pitch Bible. I found this template for a story Bible, right? And it basically like, and it's a Google Doc, and you go in and like when you have like interesting ideas or whatever, or things that are through lines, shit that you may want to bring back or other stuff, you basically go in and you put it in your individual section for your pitch Bible. So there's a magic section, there's a community section, there's a law section, there's literally a section for like education, right? So let's say like, you know, like I filled out this Bible pretty thoroughly for Iku the Keeper, and that's one of my IPs. And I'm like, okay, there's 5 districts. 5 districts operate differently, right? What are the government, for example, programs, if you will, or how much taxes is the government like getting or some shit, right? And you just put an arbitrary number there, but it makes you think like, oh, this area is rich. So you're never going to, whenever you go to that area, you're never going to see a broken down building. You should never see a this, you should never see a that. And so like it's really great because then when you're drawing, you literally just go back and you consult your Bible for like what the thing is supposed to be. And so like for my magic system, the Ashe and magic system, you know, there are just certain components that I'm like, okay, this stays the same. And if I ever want to break that, like what is some way to break it within the Bible system that allows for like a loophole, if you will. But yeah, it's been, you know, monumental, even in terms of me like drawing certain things and making sure the things that I'm drawing like in content or like also stick within continuity. Oh, I fucking love this song too. Such a bop. Yeah, the story Bible has been huge. I can actually let me do this bookcase. And then maybe I'll bring it up because it's just a cool thing to kind of see, you know. Age of Ember. I just make mental notes. Yeah, you can do that. Look, man, if you got the memory to do it, more power to you. Abraham Lincoln said, "No man has a long enough memory to be a good liar." So if you feel like your memory's long enough and you can do it, bro, more power to you. For real. Yeah, I'm liking this little bookshelf here. This whole bookshelf is not going to be filled. There's going to be some other accoutrement that's there. I might need that story Bible template for the projects I'm kicking around right now. Yeah, you know what? Let me just. I'm one of these assholes that doesn't save all the time, and I'm about to. I was looking. I was gonna be like, you know what? Why am I gonna save? I've been having good luck recently. That's where you get caught up. All right, so we can call it scene one. I'm gonna show you guys this Bible thing because I think it's really cool. I might be able to send it over. How often do I stream? I do. I have like my schedule is Sunday and Monday, but then I stream throughout the week. So I think last week I streamed almost every day for maybe 2.5, 3 hours. Just because sometimes I just need to pick me up from my audience, and I just want to kick it with you guys and see what you guys are up to. Being able to like see what you guys work on is like really inspiring, man. I know some people, you inspire me, but for me, I really do get a lot of energy and inspiration from you guys, and I love seeing you come up with new stuff. So sometimes I just pop on whenever I can, but those are my 2 mandatory days, and then I want to add a third day in later in the week, maybe a Thursday, where I go on. Yeah, and I want to have different days too. Like sometimes people use my channel points for like critiques and stuff. So, and a lot of people like hearing me talk, I guess, about where my level of artwork is. So, I might have a day where we just study together. I think tonight would be one of those nights where I would do like a group study where we just study something together. All right, let me open up my Google Drive. Y'all can see what's going on. That's a great phrase. Oh, the Abraham Lincoln one. Yeah. The Lincoln. I got a couple of those tucked away that I like to use. One of the ones I made up that I use all the time, and it's I feel like it's so I feel like it's so imperative, especially now the age of the internet, is that like I don't go looking for an Oreo cookie in a chocolate chip cookie jar. So, really the philosophy about that is like, you disappoint yourself when you're looking for some shit that ain't supposed to be there. And I see that a lot where people are like, man, I really thought this person would do this or this person would do that. And it's like, yeah, but if you've known this person long enough, you know that's not in their capacity. Or if someone's brand new and you're wanting more than what's being shown to you. That's the idea of like looking for an Oreo cookie in a chocolate chip cookie jar. Now, if you find one, hey, it's a great surprise. But know what you're going for, and that's one I use all the time. And I say to a lot of people because I think it's actually really important to know, to use. All right, so let me hop in this Eco the Keeper folder. Oh Jesus Christmas! I might as well show you guys this because people don't. Let's go watch party. I have to refresh my main. Boom. All right. Hopefully I'm not doxing myself on any crazy shit here. So, this is a bunch of stuff from, you know, like the Eco Keeper verse of things. And I got the story circle, my outline for the actual story, some boards that are here. And these are boards for the thing I put up from the rad class I did. So the 5 families, world building Bible. Here we go. And I think this is a clean one. This might not have all my stuff in it, because I think I changed that to this 5 families one. So you guys let me know if you're seeing this document that I opened up. Wolf of Water, thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate it. Alright, looks like we're in business. Looks like we're cooking with gas. Okay, so, oh yeah, oh, this is great. So this is one I haven't filled out. So, yeah, it's a copy of the World Building Bible. So, the natural world, the locations, travel, which I thought was great, right? Are there restrictions on travel? Are there dangerous locations, luxury locations, immigration, and immigration, travel times, locations? These are things that like people don't always think about, but they make your world feel more lived in and real when you consider some of these things in the background. Give me a second. My device is loading. It's getting mad at me. So, nah, bro, we're gonna wait. Bro, I'm loading a regular Word doc. Architecture and infrastructure, which I thought was really cool, right? Common buildings, expensive buildings, appearance and layout of a typical house. Like, the moment you establish these things, you can always go back, especially if they're different zones or locations. You can always go back and be like, oh, what was this supposed to look like? Or what was this supposed to, you know what I mean? It really helps you keep your shit in order. And it was a godsend. I found this years ago. It's 2019. So I've been using this to, even when I do like some of my character drawings on my page, like I consider this and I consider the things I've read here. And that's what kind of makes it easier, I guess, for me to come up with stories, right? And tell certain, have certain posts with a certain level of continuity. Medicine. Is there curable medicines? Oh, what's the cost of the medicines? Professions. This one is, I think this one's really important. Like, what, you know, when you're drawing people in the background, you don't think about it, but like, you know, what are these fucking people doing based off the location that you're in? Are they doctors? Are they agents? Are they, I don't know, whatever, right? John says, my friend sent me something like this, but it was a 30-page college essay. Still helpful, but I have to read it in bits. Yeah, so I like this because it's broken out and it's specifically meant for you to fill out for your own thing. He sent his turn paper, yeah. But yeah, specifically set up to just like, so you can go in and fill it out. And I love this, man. Economy, right? What's the distribution of wealth? Lifestyle of the poor. Right? Oh, no. Oh, I did fill out some of this. Lifestyle of the rich. Isolated in the inner city. Oh, but this is for Lassiter. Okay. Expensive parties, rich, clubbing. Paper currency called Ameo, jewels and precious metals, history, world events. This is important for me because a lot of my stories have a lot of history connected to them. So I love filling out this portion of it because sometimes I'll go all the way back to the dawn of creation and some of these concepts. You know why I think it's moving slow? Partially because this is open. All right, let me put that down. And then let me put this down here. And it can move a little bit faster now. Yeah. Food. Food is kind of a good one. Is there any way you can share this? Absolutely. Spring DM me and I will send you like a downloadable link or whatever for this, or share it with your email. But yeah, I want to get to one of the other parts that's like further down, and it's like one or more of the fun chapter. Oh, I forgot there's chapters in this. All of this is chaptered out. Let me click on this. Oh, writing. This is so helpful. I needed to retool and work on my world building doc for my project for a bit. I love how specific some of these are. Yeah. All right, so there's food, entertainment, law, politics, magic, technology, and religion influence so much of my story stuff, right? Education, language is also another one. Races and species, and weather is a big one too. But let me hop into politics. I think is interesting too, right? Because you know, like for example, Avatar deals with a lot of politics. It deals with a ton of politics. Maybe not politics of like say like race or gender or sexuality per se, but like politics in general in terms of like, you know, dictatorship, socialism, like actual like politics, and there are other small things that they kind of try to bring in, but it's Nickelodeon and they probably, you know, stay out of some real kind of serious stuff. But you know, there's a lot of politics in that show. So politics, their ruler, king, queen, president, prime minister, like that shit's kind of important, man, because it will influence the way all these things look or even partially operate. It's crucial. Magic system, is it what's the predictability of it, limitations, weakness, cost, right? And I actually started writing some shit in here. I'm not gonna erase this if I send this out, because this is actually a copy of this. I think I recopied it and changed it to the 5 families there where I filled out most of it. So I wanted to do a hard magic system. Ashe. What is the magic? How common is it used? How is it learned? Which is crucial. You know, is it something innate? What can it do? I think one of the things that's here that it doesn't say is how does magic solve a problem, right? How does magic solve a problem in your world? If your world's about martial artists and stuff, shit like that, like how is that important to the world around it? Which is pretty crucial. Common spells, rare spells, restrictions, common magic, rare potions, resistances. Society's perception on magic is huge. Are they jealous? Are they accepting? Is it common knowledge? You know, it's funny, these little weird things, the world you walk in just feels more you know, if you feel like the magic or whatever you create is affecting all these different aspects in the world building Bible. Technology is a big one. How available is the technology? The capabilities of it. Entertainment is huge. I don't feel like people, when they create these technological worlds sometimes, especially indie, are they really thinking about like how would people use this? Think about how we use like AI right now. For some of us, think about how we use, you know, like augmented reality, right? We're using it mostly in games and in VR and stuff like that. So how does technology influence entertainment, right? Energy creation technology, transportation technology. And one of my favorite religion, major religions, dynamic. I love making up religions, man. I love making up all types of this shit, and the religions connect for me back to history. I'm always bouncing back between the two of those. Places of worship, huge. Morals and beliefs. If you think about some of our more favorite, oh John, thank you, bro. Appreciate you coming to the stream. As always, you're forever welcome, man. And could have been anywhere, but you decided to kick it with me and spend time here, bro. So appreciate it. Family's a cool one, right? If you have a family driven story, that's cool. Gender roles or lack of gender roles, importance of birth order and family roles, inheritance, professions, that's big for Black Flower Blossoms. Education, language, race and species. Language is a cool one too. I've been reading Dune, so you know, like those books are so beautiful in their philosophy and some of the things that they kick up, and one of which is in the Children of Dune, Ganima and Leto, whatever, Sometimes when they talk between each other, they use a link. So real quick, they have access to all of their genetic ancestors back like 20-30,000 years basically. So sometimes when they speak with each other, they'll use an ancient language that hasn't been heard for like 10,000 years. And and I love that as a concept. Like when you think about Dune and Dune's whole writing, and Frank Herbert, like he's definitely a well studied in a lot of different religions, Catholicism, Islam for sure. He uses a lot of Middle Eastern and Islamic wording, the Gita, and I only know this because of my own studies in those different formats. But yeah, so this world building Bible is fantastic. I use it a lot. I use this, and then I also use where is it? The Story Circle workbook. Yeah, so yeah. I did right here. It says Equally Keeper World Building Bible. This is where I actually filled it out. I wanted to have a fresh copy that I can go back and mess with, but I had already started making changes to it. Equal Story Circle. Story Circle's cool too. This one's great. This is for more the inception of a story. So the U, and for some reason this graphic isn't showing up, but if it was showing up, then you'd get an understanding of like that actual circle. So the U, the need, the go, the search, and using myself as an example. What's the status quo? Iku is a leader of a small street gang that operates out of a lawless zone in Neo Benin. The gang was created as a tool to survive the lawless zone, the need. After not showing up to Iku's birthday celebration, his best friend and brother is found dead in the alleyway next to the club. Who's the culprit and why? And then it kind of progresses and goes in from there. I don't want to go too deep into this because I am putting some things together for it, but I hope that kind of showed you guys enough, right? Which Spider-Man movie series do I think had the best storyline? I mean, Tobey Maguire -3 was pretty good. And I can't even be mad at 3. I think the issues with it is like they went a little goofy, and like they really didn't have to. It's interesting because like realistically the Tom Holland Spider-Man is just Miles Morales. And I wouldn't say I would like that particular storyline from them more. I just there's just a lot of cool stuff done in it. You know what I mean? And I think they've yet to get to a point like in the Tom Holland joints where stories where like there is a lot of real emotional context. In the universe that Tom Holland's in, I'm assuming it's like Ultimates, basically the Ultimate Universe, because his partner is basically Gangi. They haven't hit an emotional point yet, and I feel like the Tobey Maguire ones, the Sam Raimi, I think they're called, they were kind of about pushing an emotional narrative there. So I think those worked. I've been saying that since Tom Holland movies came out. I've just sat here like, this is Miles Morales' story. I would rather see him. Yes, but Hollywood's like, no, they have Black Panther. That's what I feel like just happened. Like, it's one of those things where like when Obama was elected, it was this thing where it was like, you have a black president, we don't got to do shit for you. So very similarly, I feel like in these Marvel movies, they're like, yo, you got Black Panther, you got a whole world where there's a bunch of black people, like just take it and eat that. They've also all been Iron Man focused too. Yeah, which is funny because, you know, Iron Man's an interesting case, right? Out of like all the comics that you think have really big popularity, that Iron Man was the one that sparked it. Sparked a not the one. There was a bunch of other shit. Yo, Stuart Xavier, thank you so much for copping the badge, man. 3 heart joint. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, like it was really kind of like Blade, but you know, when you think about Iron Man and how they did that, right? Like for people who are comic book readers, in my opinion, Iron Man was cool. Like, you know, he was all right, but there were far more interesting comic book characters, you know, coming out of Marvel Comics. So, you know, and I think when they got the cartoon, it really solidified people, and also when they made him like a real like a drunkard, and they really made him a little bit of a heel, then people were like, oh wow, he's very interesting. But to comic book readers, he was like, all right, he was all right. Like, you know, you got Black Manta, so be grateful. Yeah, that's basically what it was. Blade is very unappreciated, and dude, I loved Blade, man. I've loved all 3 of those fucking films. All 3 of them have given me something, you know. But yeah, Blade, he don't get no love. But you know, that's what I feel like, man. This pitch that I have Thursday, if it happens, if it goes through, Blue Marvel needs to become a thing ASAP. Absolutely. Yeah. Adam Brashear definitely needs to be a thing. If it definitely needs to be a thing that happens. And you know what's so funny, man? Like, not funny, but the parallels now, apparently in Icon, there's a reason why like he didn't stop slavery for some reason. And very similar to like the civil rights movement and Adam Bashir basically going under and not really doing much for black people and civil rights for a long time. Apparently there's like some connection with that. But yeah, Blue Marvel movie would be kind of dope. But once you go into Blue Marvel territory, like that's big in-game shit. Like you bring a character like that in there, they're like Captain Marvel, right? Like they have to be there to like fight a real big in-game universal event. That means a lot of CG. That means a lot of money. That means a lot of build-up story-wise, right, to something. So that's just something to consider when it comes to things like that. What I was saying is like, yo, if this pitch happens and this thing goes through, like, I have a feeling it will be a game changer, because a big it's fucking late and I'm choking and I'm stumbling over my words. A big part of this story, a big part of the cast is 90% of the cast is black. And you don't see that in a lot of fantasy. You don't see that in a lot of like, you know, anime or anything of that nature. Like it's, or not even anime, but like even in cartoons, dude. Like I love Craig of the Creek, but you know, they have black people sprinkled around this suburb and stuff like that, and it's cool. But like it's so easy to do something like Tresse or like you know, like Jackie Chan Adventures or something like that, where you can be like, all right, a majority of the cast can be like Asian, right? A majority of the cast can be this. But like the moment you start tilting into a majority of the cast being black and being for everyone, it starts to like, you know, there's just a drop off. So, you know, that's not the angle I'm going to come from. The angle I'm going to come from is it's the same angle I've come from with all my art, right? I'm just making good stories, and it just happens to be the characters are black. And I want people to feel like those characters are for them the same way other, you know, non-white people feel like those white characters are for them, and they, you know, they want to kind of, you know, be a part of that. So if that happens, like, you know, on screen, if they go for it, which I highly doubt they will. I mean, I'm probably going to take whatever deal that they toss, if they toss one. If that happens, like, that's fucking game. Like, you know, even if they're like, yo, like, one of these families or groups of people or whatever, they got to be like white. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to have like some light skin in here. I'll be like, sure, like I'll take it. But I like, a big draw for my audience and for people who are going to want to see this is the story is going to be good and strong, and the story is going to be good and strong, and the cast is going to be mostly black. And people will, I don't think they've really seen that, right? In this capacity, we're making this story that's meant for everybody, you know? And it's going to be like a whole different vibe that's there. Because as much as I love, like, you know, as much as I love, like, you know, hip hop, and there will be some eights in some of the story that I would do, like, as development wise. I want to like have orchestral music. I want to bring that to what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, no slight against anything else, but like everything that, you know, that we do as black people has to have like eights and drums in it. And I don't have a problem with that, but there needs to be more, in my opinion. That's why when you like watch My Hero Academia, or, you know, something like Demon Slayer or whatever, like, I want to be able to pull that, you know, certain classical instruments into what I'm doing. And that doesn't mean they have to be European classical instruments. I firmly plan on using the kora in a lot of different, you know, like instruments that are embedded in the African diaspora. But that's what I mean by using different forms of just like, you know, musical instruments and a bunch of other shit. But yeah, if this happens, man, like, if they're like, all right, cool, like, this is great, and we want to do this, and they let me do it in a way, and they let me do it with the intention that it originally was supposed to have, but people will obviously like help build it more, then I think it'll be a fucking game changer, right? I'm not setting out to try to like win an Emmy or an award. I'm just setting out to try to inspire like people, black and white people, right? Black people to see themselves and to show that they can get to a certain place and do a certain thing, and then for white people to be inspired to, like, you know, like every other culture has to know about, like, you know, they have to know about the white population and their religions and everything else like that. And it's the same way Americans treat everything else, right? Where we don't really learn about other things, but everybody knows everything about us. It's the same kind of way to inspire, to be like, yo, here's a new story device to get involved in and to fall in love with and to research. So, you know, it's about creating inspiration, right, for the next generation. Holy Shinobi Art. I've been reading a lot of newer DC comics. Duke Thomas, newest Batman sidekick, has a ton of potential. I think he did. I don't know where you are in reading Batman. I don't want to ruin anything for you. I don't know. Like, I haven't been reading The Outsiders, admittedly. But the turn in Dark Knight's Metal, I didn't really, I was not a fan of, you know what I mean? It wasn't really for me. I was like, man, like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't, like, his whole light powers, the way they introduced it too, it felt very like, all right, like, this is just to assist in this situation of Dark Knight's Metal. Where he was able to perceive the light time beforehand and then make the instrument and shit, which is cool. And then you realize like he can somewhat see like future events, I guess, and harness this like light energy power. But like, I don't know, when Batman specifically said, I'm training him to be different, I'm training him for something different, I was just like, yo, like, well, what is that? Like, for right now you have Ghostmaker, and he's like, you know, he's kind of joined the Bat family, and that was kind of the expectation that I had of like Batman making Duke Thomas, you know. But like I said, I have not read The Outsiders, and also like Duke had a small solo run, which I haven't read. I kind of, you know, We Are Robin I thought was great. You know, when I saw the light thing in Dark Knight's Metal, I was just like, oh man, they did all this to build him up, to give him this power that can assist Batman. And I'm like, what are they going to do with this power now that doesn't like make him dumb OP, and to like be enjoyable. You know, like I don't know. I had a lot of high hopes for Duke Thomas, like going in a different direction, and it doesn't mean that direction is bad, but I just, you know, it's the issue that people have with Yasuke that I didn't. I keep transposing like my expectation on a Duke Thomas, and I think if I stepped away from that, then what I thought like he would be or whatever, and I just went back into it with fresh eyes, I would actually like it. I got Icon #1 recently when I had to go to the dentist, and the dude was like, yo, you should read Outsiders, man. He's like, he liked it more than Future State, and he's like, it's just really good. Like Jefferson Pierce's shit, Black Lightning, you know, is doing a really great job in it. So I don't know, man. I might get a trade paperback. People keep telling me it's good. It might be something worth getting, so you know, I might do it. I don't know. I might pull the trigger right now. People are talking about what I think about Tim Drake, Robin change. I think that's fine. The person the closest being to like taking Batman's mantle is either going to be Dick Grayson or Tim Drake. Just because at the end of the day, Batman started off as a detective. The nigga had crazy hands, but like in agility or whatever, you can develop that. Like you can build a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the detective stuff, you know, you gotta have drive for that. You gotta have an innateness for that. And him being able to take over. Oh, my cousin's on. What's up, PJ the MeJ? Yeah, I think Tim Drake, you know, probably the best person to take the mantle for Batman. You know, in my opinion. But now, like, I know that he's changed into he's the Red Robin, I think now. And I've also not read that run, so but I think he's Red Robin now, and I think he's come out as bi or something. That's how people were losing their fucking minds over. Bi people exist, you know. Batman's had a bunch of fucking companions, you know. Who's to say they don't have their own shit going on in a different direction? So I don't know if you were referring to that, but I don't care that he's bi at all whatsoever. It adds dimension to the story. The Solar Run will make the powers make sense. Honestly, I can never see him as Batman. I don't know, man. I could, dude. Like a big caveat to Batman is that, like, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like Dick Grayson's whole story arc and everything he's gone through, even when he, you know, was doing the whole Talon thing, it's like, you know, his goal is to not be like his dad, basically, like his surrogate father. You know what I'm saying? And that makes a lot of sense to me. Like, you know, I love my dad to death. I got a lot of things from him, but, you know, realistically, thanks for popping in though, bro. I hope the stream was dope. But realistically, like, you know, we're meant to be our parents and more in some cases. And I feel like, you know, Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing, if he really solidified that as like a role, a legacy of being like what Batman could somewhat be, but not be tormented, would be great, because that's been his whole arc. But you look at someone like Tim Drake, who is in fact more balanced, because he didn't have the original story of like being an orphan or a thief or whatever, the shit that really unbalances, you know, him. Like, Batman is a crazy nigga. Like, I love Batman, you know, like I love the Batman stories. Like, one of my things I love about it is like, he, even though he's rich, when it comes to his superpowers and fighting amongst cats with superpowers, he's a get it out of the mud dude. And that's kind of what I like, you know, about his powers and ability. Obviously the man's rich and he's white, so he gets away with a lot of shit, but you know, you know, when I look at Tim Drake, like, he just has that balance, the detective, and like I said, he can hone his body to get there. But like, a Batman replacement is a Batman that has the, you know, the tower that has the what was the protocol in the Tower of Babel? Because it's late, I'm having a brain fart. One of the IG people tell me that, because there's a protocol for the for in the Tower of Babel against all the Justice League members. That's a person that needs to take over for Batman, bro. Like, no power struggle, exactly. You know, that's what Devon was saying, the no power struggle. But I can't I can't remember the protocol, man, but it should be stuck in my head. It's like the best thing. The only Robin ruthless enough to replace Batman is Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne is one of my favorite additions to the Bat family. If you can, for anybody who's out there, if you can read Super Sons is great. It's a fucking awesome buddy. It's like a buddy superhero comedy, and like comedy and action comedy. Let me go through here and read some of these. Oh, it's getting late. I gotta hop off. All right. Spring Grove said, I have a pitch. Oh my god, it's exciting. Hell yeah. Yeah, I do. I was approached by the company. Don't want to put any names out there, but I'm excited for it. So Thursday night, everybody, you know, whatever you pray to, give your energy up like the spirit bomb to me so I can get this through, and we'll see what happens. Yep, that's exactly how I feel when there wasn't a black person in a cartoon I was watching as a kid. I latched on to any POC that was on the show and still related to them. Yeah, or any creature that wasn't like a human, you know what I'm saying, like Piccolo or whatever. Like, oh, that dude's black, and it's like, yo, that's an alligator. It's like, yeah, but that alligator is the black dude in this story. Devon, I don't see why you can't. Avatar: The Last Airbender was an amazing experience. It was built on an entire Asian diaspora, and we all ate that shit up like crazy. I know, but because it was Asian people, and they've done that a bunch of times before. That's so much more acceptable in Hollywood and a lot of places than just doing, you know, a fantasy story that takes place in an area that has a lot of black people. It's predominantly black people. That's exactly it. It's overly saturated in the market right now, and a lot of books are going to actively avoid things in that setting. Not that there isn't anything wrong with it, it's just overdone for sure. Cousin talking about the stream, get out the no powers, yes. And then someone agrees with my cousin about Damian Wayne being the next Batman. Like, Damian Wayne can continue the Batman legacy as it is, but he cannot evolve the Batman legacy, in my opinion. He's too tortured, and that's what we're talking. Well, at least for that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to, Silver Surfer feels black to me. He did. So funny. I tend to remember all these people's names. I was gonna say Ansabin Yor, but that is the name of Apocalypse, his actual name, not Apocalypse. But Silver Surfer's actual name is close to that, and I can't think of it right now. Because like I said, it's late and all this comic book shit is swirling in my head. But yeah, Damian Wayne can continue the legacy of this current Batman, but can he evolve it? And that's what I was hoping Duke or Tim Drake would be able to do. But apparently there's one of the Fox's illegitimate kids takes over in Future State. I haven't read it, but someone said it was alright. Spring Gold said, good luck. I hope everything works out. Thank you so much. Thanks for putting the energy, the hands up in the air. Spring, appreciate it. PJ, I'm an 80s baby, so we don't really have those black heroes unless the show was gimmicky. That's true, man. Like Michael Jordan All-Stars or Bo Jackson. You don't need to evolve the Batman legacy. His presence is needed as is. No, it can be evolved. They're doing, like Son of Superman, or I think Son of Kal-El or whatever. Norrin Rad. Yeah, Norrin Rad. Is it Norris or Norrin? I think it's Norrin Rad. J. Coleman. Nah, man. All these things should evolve. You know? Norrin Rad, exactly. Someone wrote Norris. Yeah, he changed it to Norrin. There you go. I got it. Once the fire was ignited, I remembered it again. There's a new Silver Surfer. I think I bought the comic. I don't have it readily accessible, but I specifically bought this comic because it was the artwork was incredible. It might be in like one of my, this is like my special box for certain like comics that I like to keep and refer back to, because I read so much more shit digitally just because space. Batman's literally only hero who thrives on his tortured path. If you carry that, he's every other hero with no powers. No, that's not the case, because he can be driven by other things. I mean, that's why People thought the whole marriage, like the whole marriage to Catwoman, was gonna be a destructive aspect to Batman, because then he would feel more complete. And you know, he's gotten a lot from his children, the Bat children, if you will, and his legitimate son too. Silver Surfer is black by trad. Silver Surfer black by trad. Yes, Silver Surfer black by Trad Moore. That was the comic book I have. Yes, where the artwork was crazy trippy and like 60s-esque. Are you going to be your own publishing house? Depends for a certain amount of time, you know. It makes sense. So like, I built this audience, right, to do certain stuff, and if I have an opportunity to publish myself and do it successfully, then I will, you know. Like generally publishing houses offer you that marketing ability and stuff like that, and to be honest, like, I have the capacity to be able to do a lot of that shit on my own. So then it's like, what are they actually offering, you know, me, if they're not like, you know, like what are they actually, you know, handing off, in my opinion. So we'll see. Do like a little globe here or something. Man, Pinterest is just phenomenal. Having these fucking references is just so amazing. Like, it just changed the game for me just now. Because this bookcase looks so much better. If I just did this from the top of the dome, it would have been Garbaggio. It's just making me just completely think about different things. Now the bookcase is going to look so much more lived in. Mr. Martins, what's good? Avoiding Nightbot blocks. Like, yeah, I mean, yo, people were putting their links in the chat, bro, and it wasn't a problem. So you can change it. Silver Surfer black. Yes. Trad Moore is artistically probably the best artist in the game right now. He is a reincarnation of Mobius. What's my cousin saying? Remember, writers took Catwoman away. He didn't leave her because he needs to be tortured. It's true. Batman doesn't have to be tortured, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just saying, like, the one thing I will say is that, like, I don't, you know, like, I've people have, you know, done the Batman story before, and they've been like, I think it's ridiculous that he doesn't kill, and I think it would be easy for him to kill, and he doesn't necessarily do the easy thing. That's what makes part of what he does important to me. You know what I mean? And the fact that people are like, oh, well, he is crazy if he kills one person and then he can't stop. It's not about that. It's about, like, when you do something fucked up, it's just by the nature of things, it's easier to keep fucking. It's easier to do it a second time. The hardest time generally for a lot of shit is the first time you do it, whether it's bad shit or good shit. And then as your threshold becomes higher for it. And if he slips and he starts killing people now, then his threshold is higher for it to just say, fuck it, nobody is redeemable. Okay, it's getting pretty late here. I'm going to have to head out. This is super fun. Thank you for talking about the Story Bible. Oh, no problem. Definitely be back next time. See you stream. Thanks, Spring Groove, coming in. Thank you for kicking it. Thank you for the follow. And I'll send you that Story Bible. And hopefully that helps with continuity. No, I'm going to say nigga. Oh, he's going to say nigga. Oh, yeah. I see your overlay working now. No, it's not working, bro. What you're seeing is the comments come on, and the comments will work fine, and the following count bullshit works fine. It's not bullshit, it's working okay, but my alerts are not working fine. Like, if someone tips or follows or whatever, I'm not getting those alerts that come up. I have to be checking my chat regularly just to see it. Wouldn't know how to approach it. How long? They should read Long Halloween in year one. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Devon, man. You don't think you can read a Batman story? There's a lot of good ones, man. Long Halloween is a great one because that's a real detective one. That's like this is Detective Batman, dude. That's a good one. The Killing Joke is a really good one. I mean, like, I know it's one that people reference all the time, but it's just like, I guess now people have copied the model of The Killing Joke. But if you read it and think about the time in which it was written, like, it, it's pretty profound, I think. I would not approach it. Yeah, he'll be bodying everyone. Sort of Frank Miller, old man Batman. All right, guys, it's 1:30 here. I got to be like triply on because I have an HP meeting tomorrow, where I have to pitch a bunch of shit that had to kind of be rushed a little bit. So I got to be on my P's and fucking Q's. But I'm gonna hop off tonight. We added a lot of people to the community today, which is like really dope. I love it, and I would love for you guys as a community to connect with people, connect with each other from here more. I might start a Discord, and we'll see. That way people can collaborate, artists and writers and writers and artists, and then people who just want to see writers, do their thing and support, which would be hella dope. So for everybody that followed tonight, Wolfwater, Mari Cinematic, Spring Groove, Little Sim, JTT, West Coast Tony, and then iBabyD just hopped on randomly. I don't know where this person came from 2 days ago, but yo, shout out to you if you're on chat right now. Appreciate it. Oh, you were 10-15 minutes away from raiding me. Dang, bro. Ended right before you. Oh, crap. Well, I missed 2 raids this time. I missed a raid from my boy Cam, then a raid from you. But it's all right. It's all right. I'll be back around. You know what I'm saying? But yo, let us share the love ourselves, right? To somewhere else, to another artist, and see what's popping. Or, it's funny. Maybe you guys want to see some gaming. For sure. Oh, BK hopped off. Come on now. Yo, my chat just keeps flipping crazy. Yo, there's no artist right now that I feel comfortable rating. Do I just end it? That doesn't seem good, yo. Especially for people who are not in the East Coast right now, who are just kicking it. I want to spread the energy, but I also don't just want to send y'all to some random person that will come on and be like, see, the problem with Blacktober is, and then you're like, oh shit. Oh damn, in the wrong stream. Alright, well, you know what? I don't think we're gonna raid anybody tonight, bro. We're gonna call it, because I will not send you guys to a place that I haven't had a chance to research yet, bro. The problem with Blacktober, yeah, exactly. You open up a chat and you're like, see, what they don't understand is that all lives matter, and you're like, oh god, what is going on? If I saw some really dope artwork though, I'd put y'all in some really dope shit, but I'm not seeing nothing that's like really popping like that. Not to say that there aren't dope artists out here, but there are. But it's like, yo, what are y'all doing? Emote commissions. It's like, whoa, this is fire. Yeah, I'm glad I stuck with this. All right, yo, check this out.
That was fun. Thank you. Have a good one. And you too. Thank you.
Oh, Broski's about to head out.
See it. All right, later, JMR. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
No.
Have
This.
a good one. Good night.
Oh, come on, bro.
Later. Yeah, I'll check the DM.
Bro, I just followed this dude. His work's fucking
Night,
dope.
It was a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
His work is dope. No.
See you next time.
He's a watercolor artist. Black dude. Oh, I want to catch a stream because I want to start to try to imitate watercolor and like on my thing. And the best way to imitate that is to like watch somebody actually do it traditionally. And look at me over here at the very bottom. My stream looks kind of cool though. I have like this full purple background. I have a little character that's here and shit. It looks kind of cool. I didn't think my stream looked cool. I look at other people's stream, I'm like, yo, this shit looks like it's popping. But I look at mine, I was like, okay, I'm not mad at it. Some overlap here. All right. I thought we were gonna raid somebody, but it's not gonna happen. All right, y'all. So, per my usual sign off, thank you guys so much for kicking it with me. Time is one of the things you can't get back, so I appreciate you guys spending it with me. I hope, man, I really do hope this stream added value to you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This wasn't as much of a like learning-y stream as I normally do, but you know, I thought it was chill. I thought it was straight. And if you guys enjoyed it, you know, I'll see you guys in a couple days. We definitely going to talk Thursday. Thursday night is probably going to be a night where I go live. So keep that on your calendar.